Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone arena action. I think it's time to play Shaman again. Haven't really had much luck with the Shaman class of late, but who knows, maybe this will be the one that turns it all around. Alright, starting off with the rare, as we always do. I think that the Ancient Mage is one that I've had some fun with as Shaman, because you do have the Totem hero ability, so you're pretty likely to have at least one adjacent minion to give spell damage to. But I'm going to take the Manatide Totem. This thing has won more than one game for me, and it's a very, very nice card to have in your arsenal. Wow, we have a Premier Common pack here. These are all, pardon me, let me lower the volume a bit. These are all very, very strong commons. I think you have to take the Lightning Bolt here because it is removal, though I'm sad to be passing on the best 2-drop in the game. Alright, Stormwind, this is another actually very good pack. I would happily take any of these. I think the Flame Tongue Totem is going to get the nod just because of its explosive potential. I've lost more than one game to a Flame Tongue Totem. But I wouldn't hold it against anyone for grabbing the Stormwind Champion here. While the Stormwind Champion is definitely better for Paladins, still, the Shamans do have minions around, so you're always going to benefit from the +1/+1 to your team. Okay, easy pick here. Forked Lightning is a very important card. It slows down a lot of early game shenanigans that your opponents might throw at you. Boy, I want to take a Chillwind Yeti a lot. But Hex is the only single target removal that Shamans have that can take out something that's got, more than 3 health. So I'm going to take the Hex here and just kind of cry about it. Alright, another Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I think these are both fine cards. Seeing really nothing but top-notch cards in this draft. It's always like a little bit bad, to see too much good stuff. But I think Lightning Bolt is just a very solid pick here. You almost can't have too much removal in the arena. So after having nothing but quality commons, we got a pack here full of average stuff. I'd love a Chillwind Yeti or a Spellbreaker or an Amani Berserker, any of that stuff that we've been passing. Here, I think I'll just take the best card, which is the Fen Creeper, and call it a day. Oh my god, this is horrific. Well, I'm not going to take this stupid owl. Shamans have Earth Shock, which we can pick up for silence. It's way better. So I'll take a Bloodsail Raider. Shamans do have one common weapon, so there's a chance that that thing is going to be better than just a 2/3 for 2. Okay, take Ascension for some taunt and a nice big body. That's a good drop. Oh man, tough pick here. So the Lightning Storm is the Shaman's only mass removal, but the Argent Commander is just, spectacular. I think I'm going to take the Lightning Storm. It's always nice to have at least one mass removal card in your deck. Okay, here we'll grab a Spellbreaker for the silence. Oh man, where are all the good cards? Where are the Amani Berserkers, the Chillwind Yetis? Where are you guys? Okay, so between the Ascension, the Fen Creeper, and my own Totem as a Shaman, I don't feel the need to take this Mediocre Taunter. I don't want to take this though, or this. These are all the distributions are off in this draft. I wish these had been with my Hexes and Lightning Bolts and Forked Lightnings. I don't want more removal. I guess I'll take the Lord of the Arena. Even though I don't need the taunt, it's really the only card here that's not, sort of bad removal, and I just want, some good bodies to beef out my deck. Okay, do I have enough removal that I should take a Shattered Sun Cleric over a Lightning Bolt? Nah, I'm just gonna take another Lightning Bolt. That's totally fine. Yeah, I'll take another Hex. So this is lots of removal in this deck. We're gonna have to start taking some cards at some point. So Earthshock I might be tempted by if I didn't have a Spellbreaker, but as it is, I have lots of removal here with the Lightning Bolts, the Hexes, and the Forked Lightning and stuff. So we'll take Darkscale Healer here. Yes, I see the Wind Fury, but the healing on a good body is good. But I would be happy just to take nothing but creatures for the rest of this draft. 4th Lightning Bolt over a Loot Hoarder? Man, if this were an Amani Berserker, I don't know. But I'll take another Lightning Bolt. I think that's okay. I would pass on another Hex, but this is just junk, so yeah. There's that. Oh, Jesus. Where? Well, whatever. We'll just take every Lightning Bolt we see, I guess, is going to be the name of this game. Seriously, can I get, a single good common? They were all up front, and then now there's nothing but mediocre crap. Well, we'll take the Ooze just to have some more 2-drops. And this is the only playable card here, so let's not talk about it anymore. Another Ascension is good. Fire Elemental. I was wondering when I'd see you. That's excellent. Oh, what the hell? Oh, my God. This is a sad draft. We'll take the Southsea Deckhand and hope I see a Stormforged Axe at some point, I guess. This is an actually good 1-drop. Do I take this? No, it's just not good enough. We'll take that. Alright, I think we have enough removal. Let's take a Novice Engineer. Boy. I think we really have enough removal here. I don't want this Rockbiter weapon. We'll take a Panda. I can reuse my Spellbreaker, my Darkscale Healer, my Fire Elemental. And we have another trash rare here. I guess it's got to be the Young Priest. It's the only playable one. Guess I'll take another Panda. Get some more big bodies. Okay, gotta stop with the lightning bolts here. Need some more endgame beef to my deck. Earth Elemental is perfect. So that draft, I would say, had some highs and some lows. On the high front, we have all the removal we could possibly stomach. But on the low front, basically, the first like 6 packs had nothing but top-notch commons, which I was passing on to take removal. And then after that, we just had nothing but mediocrity. So there's just so many cards in this deck that I wish were better cards. And I don't know, my odds, I wouldn't put them very high of going up to 7. Okay, well, since I'm up against a paladin, I might as well keep this hand. I'll play Young Priestess on turn 1. He'll make a recruit to try to trade with Young Priestess. You know, that's life. If I'm lucky, I might flip a Taunt Totem. Who knows? Who knows? And if he does use his coin to make a recruit right now, then there's a chance that, well, I'll get some value out of it. At least this thing traded for a coin. If he doesn't use the coin here, I'll have, you know, an extra chance to get a Taunt Totem.
The light protects.
Argent Squire is actually really irritating here because it kills my Young Priestess. And I got nothing to show for it. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make a totem. I just have to hope it's a taunt. It's not taunt. So now what's going to happen is the Argent Squire will kill the Young Priestess, popping the Divine Shield. Hopefully he doesn't have an Argent Protector to recharge the Divine Shield, because then I'll be able to make a Flame Tongue Totem, beef up my spell damage totem, and then use it to kill the Argent Squire. You really didn't want to play the Flame Tongue Totem last turn, because what would happen then is I would have dealt 2 more damage to him, but then after the Argent Squire killed the Young Priestess, I would have had an empty Flame Tongue Totem on the field and no way of killing the Argent Squire. And as we all know, of course, you never let paladins keep creatures.
Reporting for duty.
I actually was kind of hoping he'd make a real creature so that I'd have something to target with Lightning Bolt. As it is, we'll play Flame Tongue Totem. Little, very, very minor note that's not ever likely to come up, but you want to kill the Argent Squire here, not the Recruit, because if he has a Panda in his deck, like this Young Brewmaster, for instance, then you don't want him to be able to get the Argent Squire back in his hand and make the Divine Shield. So whenever you're like choosing like which of 2 creatures to kill and they both all kind of look the same, pick the one that has, you want to kill the one that has more value if it were to ever to go back into the opponent's hand, because these pandas are commons and any deck in the arena especially could be running them. Okay, that's very unfortunate to see. That is even more unfortunate to see. Angry Chicken! Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright. Well, my opponent makes a misplay here, actually. That's a stroke of good fortune. What he should have done was attacked with his weapon and killed off my spell damage totem. As it is, I get to just kill his chicken, which is fine by me. So, this is a bit sad that I have to put the Flame Tongue back into my hand. But I think it's alright. I mean, I could have used Lightning Bolts to kill the chicken, but then I would have just been doing nothing but making a totem. And I think it's important to get this huge body on the field, especially because all of his creatures are coming on now with +1/+1. Now the good news is that he did use up his coin, so at least we have that going for us. But other than that, it's going to be a bit tough, because basically he's at a full health with this weapon in play. With the Sword of Justice, it's one of those things where like it's kind of balanced by the fact that, you know, it takes time putting it onto the field, but he was able to clear me out and not really fall too far behind. Okay, so the +1/+1 is already making itself felt. This bear is going to kill my panda. I could use Forked Lightning and Lightning Bolts to go crazy overload and kill both of his creatures off. I might get lucky, flip another spell damage. I think I need to go for it. Rather than playing this abomination, I think I'll just go for the totem here. Spell damage would be good, and I get it. Alright, so that means that Forked Lightning, oops, no, not Forked Lightning, excuse me, Lightning Bolt kills off this bear. And I am going to kill off this Leper Gnome. Don't let paladins keep creatures. And sure, we'll make a Flame Tongue Totem here. Might as well replay that. So now, if he wants to kill this panda with his weapon, he may, but it's going to take him 7 damage. Got a spell damage totem, which is nice, and I've actually got Taunt I could play next turn, the Fen Creeper, to protect my Flame Tongue Totem, which is nice. I'll be at 6 mana -1 for Overload. It's 5, I'll be able to play this thing. That is predictable. Okay, well, I can Forked Lightning, which will kill this, pop the Divine Shield on that, and then I could either trade my Panda in for it, or use Lightning Bolts that I just drew to finish it off. I could also play the Fen Creeper, but that's way too risky. I can't really do that. Or the Abomination. The Abomination's interesting. I could play it and just sit behind it, but there's so many things that can go wrong, like a silence or, you know, just about anything else. So yeah, we'll go ahead and play the safe move here. Let's go ahead and Forked Lightning. I was tempted to pop the Divine Shield with my totem, but the problem with doing that is that then Forked Lightning only deals 2 damage, so the Argent Protector wouldn't have died. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and use Lightning Bolt. Seems fine. Healing Totem would be nice. Taunt Totem is okay as well. So I'm pretty overloaded. I'm only going to have 4 mana next turn, which is unfortunate because I can't play any of the stuff in my hand. But my dex curve is not that high, so I should draw something I can play. 2 Silver Champion. Wow, that Taunt Totem is pretty good right here, because it stops him from using his weapon on my Panda. So I guess that was a pretty good flip. He has a secret, so obviously I want to attack with my Totem first, in case this is a Noble Sacrifice. It's not Noble Sacrifice. Let's see if it is whatever. If you Repentance.
The light protects me.
It is Repentance, so it did absolutely nothing. That is fan-fiddly-tastic. So Repentance is a secret that makes the creature that your opponent just played return to 1 health. So of course if you play a 1 health creature, the secret essentially does nothing. That was pretty good. So I got the Taunt Totem again, stopping him from killing my Panda. He goes down another card, playing a healing spell. So I'm pretty happy to see that. Alright, this game is pretty much in the bag. I admit I got lucky with my totems. There's no question about that. I got spell damage when I really needed it. I got taunt when I needed it. So no question that I got lucky, but I also, I think, played somewhat skillfully here. Can I win this turn? 7, 9, 10. Yeah, it's not enough. Don't let paladins keep creatures. Let's just play the biggest guy we have and a totem. Ah. It's the 3rd taunt in a row, beating 1 in 3 odds each time. That's a 1 in 27 chance of getting 3 taunters. I think I would have had the game anyway, even if he had killed this Panda, just because I have lots of cards left over here, and he went down a card for the Repentance and down another card for the healing spell. Ooh, that hurts. Poor guy, poor guy. Okay, so I've got the kill here. Obviously, I'm going to attack with the Argent Squire first to flush out any Noble Sacrifices. It is still not Noble Sacrifice. It's eye for an eye. Okay. But between Repentance, Eye for an Eye, and the healing spell, I'm gonna say this was a newer player. We won with a huge margin here. So even if I hadn't gotten those taunt totems or the spell damage, I think I would have been fine in the end. So get some gold. Get our first win in the arena. As always, I'm going to be posting just a couple of games in the first video, and then the rest of the games in an upcoming video. A few people have mentioned that my previous videos had lag. I actually, kind of moved my computer around to get over to a wired connection, and I also tweaked some settings in Open Broadcasting software to see if I can get the lag to go away. But please let me know in the comments whether the frames are continuing to drop or whether things are better now. Basically, over the weekend I had to be on wireless because my roommate was here. Now that my roommate's at work, I can move my computer around a little bit more and go to places where I couldn't go before. It sounds awfully dirty. I'm playing in my roommate's closet, sniffing his underwear. No, I'm not doing that. That's disgusting. Anyway, yeah, so if this weren't a mage, I'd keep the South Sea Deckhand, but since I never did see a weapon, this is basically a card that I just mulligan and hope I never ever see. The Hex is too early for this. The Manatite Totem, though, could be good, but I don't want the Senjin Shield Master. So yeah, we're just going to fish for some 2-drops. I don't have that many in this deck, to be totally honest, so it isn't super surprising if I don't see some early plays. In retrospect, of course, I wish I had whatever. Well, playing this just seems dumb. It stops her from playing a real 2-drop, but if she doesn't have anything, then she just gets to use her hero ability to kill a card. Whatever, you know what? It's not doing anything in my hand. She kills it, she kills it. It was it's either a dead card because she kills it, or it's a dead card in my hand. So maybe there's a 2-drop she really wants to play and isn't playing it to kill this thing. Who knows? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and coin out the Mana Tide Totem. This is about as good of a situation for it as you can hope for. Well, not like about as good. The about as good would be like if, you know, I had a Taunter on the field or something. But basically, as long as she doesn't have Frostbolt, this will give me 2 cards. And it may even give me 3 cards because I've got these Lightning Bolts and even a Hex to back this baby up. Oh my god, once in my life could a mage not have Frostbolt. Not a chance. Well, let's go ahead and make a totem and an Argent Squire. Taunt is probably not that good right here, but whatever. I drew a bunch of removal, which again is not like bad luck, it's just a function of my deck. So this is sort of the problem with decks like this, is if you have lots of removal and your opponent doesn't play things for you to kill, then you run into lots of trouble. Especially because this deck is not that well proofed against Flame Strike. There's not a whole lot here that survives Flame Strike. The Fire Elemental does by a hair. The Darkscale Healer and the Senjin do by a hair. Really, the only thing that survives Flame Strike in style is my Earth Elemental, which I got in the 11th hour, right at the end of the draft. But that, of course, can be taken down by Polymorph. Mage is just going to be a tough matchup. There's really no question about it. She had to have that Frostbolt. God damn it. Okay. So here, I could play the Spellbreaker I just drew to silence this golem, but I can't kill it then. I could alternatively Lightning Bolt it and pop the Divine Shield to kill it. And then what else am I doing with my turn? Nothing. You know, I might as well take advantage of the fact that I have this taunt. Let's go ahead and play Spellbreaker. And swing. So I could have used Hex as well, but I think Hex is more prudent to save for bigger threats. Okay, next turn I'll be playing the Silverhand Knight, hopefully. Hopefully she doesn't do anything so, like, incredible that I feel the need to delay the Silverhand Knight. That's exactly what I want to see, just a stupid little Dinkosaurus Rex. I get to lay some stuff on the board, and this will have 1 turn to live before Flame Strike hits. Okay, popping Divine Shield, smart move. Panda is intriguing, but no, we'll just do this. Well, hang on. I could play Forked Lightning and throw this thing away to kill the Harvest Golem. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's get a totem. Might get lucky with spell damage. I do not. But actually, slight change of plan. Since I drew this healing totem, why don't we do this instead? I'll hit that Novice Engineer. The healing totem will heal me back up. And then I'll play a Lightning Bolt to kill this. We'll swing for 1. And then I'm going to play this Panda to put the 1/1 Argent Squire back into my hand. This is actually what I was talking about in the last game, and now it's not just a hypothetical thing. It actually happened. So now I put this back into my hand, and I can recharge the Divine Shield, which is really nice. Alright, hoping for no blizzards and no cones of cold here. I'd like to get 6 damage through, or excuse me, 7 damage through, because, you know, she's a pretty high life total here. Next turn I can play this, but he and the Squire both do die to Flame Strike. A Fen Creeper, that's another card I have that's good against Flame Strike. So I will play this. I'm not going to just not play things because of Flame Strike. You know, if I keep this in my hand, I'm not going to do very well because she's got tons of cards and a very high life total. If I just, you know, don't play this out on the board and, you know, just swing with these 2 folks, it's not going to win me the game. There's just no way. So, yeah, my ideal situation would be if she were to play something like a Sunwalker, something I can Hex. She hasn't really played very much for me to kill all game. And the targets she gave me weren't good targets for spells. Like, you don't want to spell like a Novice Engineer or anything. Okay, so there's a card that hopefully will get nerfed someday. And she's going to start pinging down my guy. Interesting choice this, as opposed to the Brewmaster. If she had pinged the Brewmaster, she could have finished it off next turn. This makes me wonder if she has a Blizzard that she's planning to play later. Well, let's go ahead and just do the Novice Engineer. Get a card. Young Priestess. I don't know about that. Well, we'll Hex this Water Elemental. I don't think I can let it, you know, go. It'll go to town on my stuff otherwise. And I do want to kill the Frog. I don't want that getting buffed by a Shattered Sun Cleric or a Dark Iron Dwarf or anything. I want to keep the board free of creatures. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? Maybe just pinging my creature was a mistake because it was going to get healed by the healing totem. So maybe this is a newer player or a good player who messed up. In general, when your opponent is a shaman and has a healing totem out, you don't want to ping the creatures unless you're going to kill the creature like right away, because otherwise the pinging that you're doing is about to get nullified at the end of your opponent's turn. So she should have pinged me instead. I should be at 29 damage instead of 30 with my creatures at full health. So does she have a flame strike? She does not. She's going to silence my healing totem, so I can't get another one. And I don't have any more pandas. Oh no, I do. I have the 4-mana panda, so I could recharge this potentially, but it's not super likely. Do I want to play this? I don't think so. It'll just kill all my stuff. That's no good. All right, so here what I'm gonna do actually is think I could use my spells, my lightning bolt obviously to kill the spellbreaker. The issue is that if there's a flame strike incoming, all my stuff's gonna die. So I might as well use my creatures to get the kills. But I think she would have already played Flame Strike if she had it. So yeah, let's do Lightning Bolt. There. Let's kill the Imp Master and her Imp. We'll play the Silverhand Knight. And the Argent Squire does survive Flame Strike, so we'll drop her down and call it a day. Alright, so we'll see if a Flame Strike is incoming. That would, of course, be very good for my opponent. If so, she'd have 5 cards to my 4. I'd be okay. I wouldn't be great, but I wouldn't be out of the game either, because the Flame Strike is her whole turn. Maybe she didn't draw Flame Strike. Maybe she didn't see one in her draft. You never know what happens. I've definitely been a mage and not seen Flame Strike before. Alright, well, she doesn't have it in her hand at least. That's good. And Blizzard was nerfed. Blizzard now costs 6 mana, so she cannot Blizzard me now, which is a huge sigh of relief. Cone of Cold, I should probably be playing around that more. When you're playing against a mage and you start to fill up your board, you should really try to keep your good creatures cleared out. Like, these two guys, I don't think there was any way to avoid it, but, like, ideally, like, they shouldn't really be next to each other. And I guess these two guys can't be away from each other either. But, like, the Sergeant Squire, I probably should have snuck her in here, in between the Healing Totem and the Novice Engineer, so that my opponent could either Cone of Cold these guys or these guys, but leave the Argent Squire alone. Now she can Cone of Cold over here, and it'll get all 3 of these people. Fireball on my Silverhand Knight. Wow, I am happy to see that. That is a desperation move in the extreme. Yes, please. Okay, this is unplayable. She can just Fireball it and it will kill my whole team, so I can't do that. So I'm giving my opponent a bit of a break. I don't have anything to do except swing for, what, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage? Oh, man, can I actually win? I mean, Lightning Bolt is 3. No, I can't win. I'm not going to Lightning Bolt her face just yet. I'm not going to play the Young Priestess because there's no room, and I didn't want to play her anyway because it would just die to the hero ability. Giving +1 health to some random thing isn't really worth it. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have given +1 health to a random minion instead of a Taunt Totem, which is not much. Spell damage would have been good. The 1/1 would have been actually good to get some more damage through. So yeah, looks like she doesn't have the Flame Strike. She could have drawn it with Arcane Intellect and not played it. So since the last time that we know for sure she didn't have Flame Strike, she's drawn 3 cards. So, will she get Flame Strike now? She does not. Oh my gosh. Well, that is fantastic. Okay, I catch a break. My Manatide Totem got Frostbolted and I whined, but definitely, a game-changing type of a thing going on here with my opponent not having Flame Strike. Or anything for that matter. Secret. Okay. Well, I have enough damage to kill her now. Provided this is not a counterspell or a spellbender. So let's see if it's maybe... Well, can I kill her with just a lightning bolt? 6 damage, even if I get spell damage. 8, yeah. I don't want... I hate if this were ice armor, but we've got to go for it. Okay, so it's not ice armor or vaporize.
Challenge accepted.
Well, let's see if it's counterspell or spellbender. It's a counterspell. Okay. Well, if I can get spell damage, I win the game. I do not, but I'm going to play Abomination and Lightning Bolt her. So now if she kills the Abomination will be a lethal blow, so she has to have a silence for this, and then of course also clear out my field. That would be require a very specific set of cards, like say Blizzard and... an owl or something like that to handle the situation. And I've got more lightning bolts in my deck. Okay, she's got the silence. Does she have a blizzard here? Because that would kill off everything. It would pop the divine shield, freeze the squire to stop from attacking, and then also freeze this. She could actually come back after a blizzard, theoretically. Alright, that's cute. Good legendary. I like the Black Knight a lot. Here it was a bit underwhelming. I never played my Fen Creeper or my Senjin, so this had no good targets. So we beat a mage, mainly because she never had Flame Strike. If she'd had a Flame Strike, it could have gone either way. So whatever, you catch a break sometimes, and sometimes you don't. That time we did. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like the video and or subscribe to my channel if you did. And if you want to see how this arena run finishes, then stay tuned, because I'm going to be posting the rest of the games in a bit. I'll see you then.